Hello and welcome to another episode of our Colorado Rockies save on Out of the Park Baseball 27. We are picking up right where we left off. Our team has been performing poorly and we have been riddled with injuries. We lost one of our starting pitchers towards the end of the last episode. So before we get into the first draft of the save, I'm going to spend some time go through the roster and see if we can fill the spot or if we have to use a bullpen arm as an opener. So I'm going to take some time, go through the roster, and I'll get back. Okay, I have made a decision regarding our pitching rotation. Gabriel, whom we brought up from the minors as a relief pitcher, he has enough stamina to fill in the starter role. We're not going to be expecting a lot from him. And as a reliever, we bought up Wellington, who's a left-handed pitcher who's ground ball. He has a lot of room to grow. I didn't want to rush him, but there was no other viable option for us. So bringing him up puts us back on the total money available for us. Hopefully, we don't run into any more injuries, and that would suck, to be honest. Now that we are done with the lineups, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the first year draft. Okay, we will be drafting 10th and draft central. Let's start the draft. Okay, amongst the players available for us, all players, there are only few options that I'm willing to take. I don't want to spend a lot on the pick. So, for example, Rocco, he could be a really good shortstop, but he's too young. Same with Blake, could be a corner outfield. Cameron, Loki, Logan, Redmond. His work ethic is low. Other than that, he seems fine. He's not a fly ball pitcher. Mm, Okay, I'm gonna go through the list and see whom our options are. I'm gonna shortlist few people and compare each other, and then I'll get back to you guys once I've made a decision. Okay, I spent some time, went through all the prospects, and I have shortlisted three of them, two infielders and a starting pitcher. They're all affordable and they're all straight out of college, so they're close to MLB. And I'm leaning towards Tegan because one, he is not a fly ball pitcher, and his all of them have really good college career, but he's the only one who has played in a draft league. The others only have a college, only have played college if I'm right. Yeah. So Tegan's the only one who's played in the draft league and have performed well in that as well. So I feel he is a little consistent and he has a decent repertoire of pitches. He has enough breaks and change in pace for his pitches, and everything else looks fine with enough training and hopefully after unloading some bad contracts, if we can bump up our development budget for the next year, we could maybe improve him. The only worrying thing is his adaptability. I don't know how much it would affect, but out of the prospects, I'm happy with him. And we do need to build our farm system when it comes to starting pitchers. So With that, we will be choosing Tegan as our first draft pick. It's time for our second pick, and unfortunately, all the shortlisted prospects were picked by the other teams. And I went ahead, went through the prospects, and shortlisted three more again. And luckily for us, we have two consecutive picks, so we will be able to pick two out of them. And I'm probably going to pick Trevor and Gomez. Trevor will be filling in on outfield. He has a really good defensive rating. His personality is good. If he develops, he could be a leader for us with his speed and his steal tendency. Whereas Gomez, we'd primarily be picking him for his defense. He has good blocking, framing, and arm, and I'm expecting it to develop a little bit more. He has good personality. His batting is okay. His avoid case is a little low, but I don't mind that much when it comes to the catcher. I just want them to be really good behind the plate, help our pitchers a little bit. And Gomez seems like he could do that. And their demands are not that high. Both of them are demanding 1,700,000. So with that, we will pick Gomez and this pick, meet his demand. And for our next pick, we will take Condon and meet his demand. And for our next pick, most of the available prospects are starting rotations, and not all of them seem promising, especially the two college arms who have a small pitching arsenal, and the stats seem fine, but there's a difference between college and pro league. So, and Martinez's velocity is too poor, and he has only a three pitch arsenal. But Blake Bryant, he has a four pitch arsenal. His home runs allowed is something that I'm worried about. But his high school performance has been good. But since he's 18, we might have some chance to send him for some development labs and maybe improve him a little. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick Blake for our next pick, and we'll meet his demand again. And off to the next pick. I went ahead and finished the draft, and these are the top picks for us. We have two players out of college, and the rest of them are out of high school. And with that done and dusted, I'm gonna try to move some players, probably Kyle Freeland, Senzatella, if possible, Quintana. He is playing well for us at the moment, if I'm right. Yeah, he is doing okay, but still, that's not gonna help us reach the playoffs. So might as well free up the 6 million and see if we can bring in some prospects. I would like to get Tomoyuki out, but he's out for 4 months, so I won't be able to trade him. Same goes with Senzatella, if I'm right now. Who was the other one who was injured? Oh, it was Freeland, yeah. So 3 weeks. How far? I think we might be able to. Oh no, it's like 2 weeks maybe. Hopefully he returns and we can trade Kyle Freeland as well. I'm gonna send forward a little and see if I can find some trades for any of these guys, and then I'll get back to you guys. It is the 18th of July, and our losing streak seems to continue. We were able to win the last game against the Reds, and I'm hoping it continues and we are able to get the series against them and the Nationals. Apart from that, the main issue at hand is we were able to get a trade deal done. The Angels were kind enough to get Senzatella out of our hands, but it did come at a price, though we had to give up two prospects and our starting second baseman. But in return, we got Kyron Paris, who can play second, short, and center field. His defense seems good, and he's playing well in the minor leagues. And apart from that, we were also able to get 2.5 million in cash from that. This trade puts us in a positive situation when it comes to our finances, and I'm gonna wait until trade deadline and see if Freeland comes back from his injury. He's gonna be out for another 1 to 2 weeks. If he's back, I'm gonna try to trade him because he has a player contract for next year and it's 17 million. If he renews it, it's gonna be troublesome for us. So it would be a priority for me to get Freeland out of my paycheck. I mean payroll. Other than that, I don't think we will be able to deal Chris Bryant. He's out for 3 weeks. And even if we wanted to, no one would be willing to get 27 million. Even if we retain 50% of it, I don't think anyone would be willing to deal with make a deal with us for him. But I'm gonna try to unload Freeland towards the trade deadline if he's back, or see if I can make any other moves, and then I'll get back to you guys. It is 31st, the trade deadline day. Unfortunately for us, Kyle Freeland is still injured. His injury status changed to an uncertain return date. So we won't be able to move him. Thus, it's going to be a quiet trade deadline for us. We won't be participating in it. We don't have anyone that we want to move, but we did manage to trade Tyler Freeman to the Braves. He's on paper, he seems really good. He had two outings for us. He didn't perform, but the sample pool is too small to judge based on that. But looking at the previous years, his performance was okay at best. But we were able to get a relief pitcher who we can probably move him to a starting role, and he's only getting basic pay. And on top of that, they were willing to give up to 8 million in cash. So based on that, I was okay with completing this trade, which financially puts us in a good spot right now. And towards the end of the season, before arbitration, we can try to move few players. As of now, we are going to keep Willie and Quintana. We're probably gonna let him go. How much is he expecting from us if we offer him an extra extension? Yeah, we are not paying 14 million for him for over 3 years. So we'd probably be letting go of Quintana. We're gonna keep Willie, but we will look to trade Kyle before the arbitration if he opts to stay with us. That's going to be a bit of a problem because they will probably need a prospect for a aged veteran who gets 17 million. It's not easy to move him. Other than that, there's not going to be any changes or any trades. We'll see towards the trade deadline how it goes. But now we're going to move forward and see whom we can send back down from the pitching lineup. So Wilton Herrera is going to go back down and complete his development in the AAA, and then we can bring him back later. And we can bring in Grant Holmes and give him the starting pitcher role, and you can move back into mid relief. Okay, lineup wise, there's no changes. Pitching stays as it is, and let's see how we end up towards the end of the season. I'm gonna sim forward up to probably the roster expansion and see whom we can bring up at that time. But before that, we did finish signing all our draft picks, all players. This is our prospects from the 2026 draft. We have few promising candidates, others who could develop if we spend enough in the development budget, which I'm planning to do at the end of the season because we are aiming to build a farm system that will sustain us. I don't want to trade for players, bring in players, and we don't have the money to do that. So whatever money we have, I'm going to be putting into the development budget and see if we can improve some players from our prospect list. Okay, before we go, let's see where we can. He's already in the triple A. I don't know, maybe how is he in double A? His pitches look good in double A, but he still needs to improve his stuff and movement. So maybe I will start him in double A for the rest of the season, and if he performs well, I will move him to. Oh, he's on loan, so let him come back, and then we can decide that. I will move him to triple A. Then Blake Bryant, he's 18 years old, and I'm okay with him being in the rookie league. Trevor Condon is same, 18-year-old. I'm okay with him being a year or two in the rookie league. Martinez, he's an A ball. Okay, there's gonna be no changes on that. He's in rookie league. I'm fine with that. All of them. Okay, I don't think we need to make any changes. We just have to keep an eye on Teagan when he comes back. I'm gonna move him down to double A and see how he performs over there by the end of the season, and then move him to triple A for the opening day next season maybe. Okay, I'm gonna go forward and see how we perform after these minor changes, and hopefully we can hit close to point 450. I'll be happy with that. Okay, on the 1st of August, we get a player development update. Positive signs in our draft pick. Teagan is already improving a little, and Wellington, we moved him down to AAA to develop, and he is doing so. He had some improvement in his stuff, but the main thing is our number one prospect for our franchise as of now, Brody. He had some improvement in his control and velocity when we take a look at his profile. This is his second year in a single A, and his ERA plus looks bad, but when you look at his FIP minus, it's good, which tells me that he's having bad luck with his infielders or his fielding. The players behind him are not performing as they have to. So I might, and his strikeout percentage good, his pitching RV is decent. So I'm gonna move him up to high A and see how he performs for the rest of the season. And other than him, I don't think there's anyone else we need to make any changes. Yeah, everyone else is 18, and so Kevin, he's been playing in for 3 years, and his WRC plus is bad. so I don't think we need to send him up. LeBron Johnson Jr. Okay, that's going to be the changes from our minor league as of now, but we are going to take a look at our shot list and see if we need to bump anyone up. Robert Glass, he is playing. He was already promoted once, and after his promotion, he's still doing well. So I'm going to leave him here for the season, and at the start of next season, I'm going to move him up to AA and maybe send him on a development lab to improve his outfield. So by the time our center field ages, we could maybe move him into center field if he improves over there. And then Brito's injured, but he's been in AA for 2 years. He's performing well. His on-base percentage is good, and his WAR has been consistent over the years. So I am going to move him to high A. Then Ashley. Oh, we traded him, so we don't need to keep him in our remove from development list. Max, 2 years in AA, and this year he's performing well, but last year he was poor, and his ratings are not developed enough, but it should be good enough for a high A Northwest League if I'm right. Yeah, it is good for a high A. So I am gonna move him to high A and see how he performs. Oh, he was in high A. Never mind. I don't think he's ready for a double A. See, I don't know which league we're in. Even for double A, he is okay. But these numbers at 426 plate appearances is not bad. So we will go ahead and move him to double A and see how he performs. Then Christian, 19 years old, he's been in the rookie league for 4 years. His WRC plus is amazing. His WAR has been consistent. He's projected to have 2.3, so it is decent. So we will send him to Fresno. And Trevor Condon, he was just drafted, so we're gonna leave him in there. Ethan Holiday. Why? Oh, we traded him, so we can remove him from the development watch list. He was just drafted, so I'm okay with him being in the rookie league. Same goes with Eric. Okay, now let's take a look at our pitchers. Jackson Cox, we already brought him up there in AAA. Brody, we're gonna see until the end of the season to make a decision on him. Blake, Ethan, and Ismail were all current draft picks, so we're not gonna do anything with them. We're gonna let them stay in the rookie league. That's it for the minor league promotions. Let's take a look at our injured list. Caruso is back, but he was out for 3 to 4 weeks. So come on. We are gonna. Oh, he still has 5 days left on his rehab assignment. So then we can move him up for third base. Who's playing third base for us? Ryan Ritter. And how is he playing? He's not doing Okay, none of our players are doing great, but his batting run value is kind of low. We'll see. We'll make a decision in 5 days. It is the 1st of September. It's the roster expansion day. But the more important thing at hand is our team was sent out of playoffs by the end of August. That's how bad we've been playing. But now the only thing we can do is hope that we can play better and improve a little bit. A promising thing is that last month we actually went positive on our record. We won a lot of games compared to the rest of the season. The last month was way better for us, bringing us back up a little. And if our September is similar to this, it'll be an improvement from the previous season, and I'll be happy with that. And Chris Bryant has been going on and off of injury list. I haven't even been able to move him up to the MLB. He comes out of injury. I send him to rehab. He gets injured in rehab. And then he came back out of injury, and I have sent him to rehab again. So I don't know if we'll be able to use him. We did get Kyle Freeland back, so we have put him into the rotation. And now we are going to have to make a decision on whom to bring up. When we look at our team stats, we are bad everywhere. But starters, but we really need some help on the pitching side. So do I bring two relievers up top and then make the pitchers start off and we relieve sooner? Or I could bring in a bat and see if, let's look at our available options. Look at lineup. Okay, we might have to bring Chris Bryant up, so I guess we'll bring him up. I wanted to give Charlie Condon a try, but he seems like he's still struggling in AAA. So we're gonna let him be there for another season. Okay, pitching. We gave Gabriel a try. He was not doing well. Maybe we bring Wellington back up and let him get some more experience. He only pitched 3 innings, so yeah, I think I might do that. I'm gonna bring Wellington up, and once Chris Bryant is ready, I'm gonna move him up. Pitching. You can go mid relief, but don't give him any high leverage situations. And mop up if the game is lost or if we are winning by a huge margin, let him get some experience from that game. And that's that when it comes to roster expansion. I'll see you guys towards the end of the season. It is the 28th of September, the last day of regular season. The playoff starts today, and we managed to perform better than our previous record. Like in July, we were 208, in April, 296, in March, 200, but we were at 333. Thus, we ended our season at a 364, which is better than last year, if I'm right. Yeah, which is way better than last year. And we are going to be looking to make some minor changes during the off season. The main thing is going to be to see if we can get rid of Kyle Freeland and strengthen our bullpen. When it comes to the starting rotation, looks like some of our guys are starting to settle in a little, but it has been a poor performance so far, all our starters. Yeah, they have positive WAR, but their ERA plus has taken a hit, but their FIP minus is good, which is telling me that our fielding was not great. Let's take a look. Our defensive efficiency, yeah, we were 14th. So defensively, we performed poor. One of the main reasons would be our Gold Glove center back got injured early in the season and he missed out the whole season. And our replacement center back is not that good defensively, if I'm right. Who's playing? Yeah, Jake McCarthy. He's okay for a corner outfield, but his range and his arm is not good enough to play center field, in my opinion, at the course field. And his batting has also been poor. So we're gonna have to look into how everyone performed and see what changes and where we need to improve. And look at how our draft prospects have been doing. We will be looking into all of that in the next episode and take a look at our off-season moves and see how we can improve the team. So I'll see you guys in the next season. I mean, the next episode before the next season starts.